Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn. So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. It is a fabulous Monday morning across Trinidad and Tobago. Fabulous, I say. Coming off the back of a weekend where Liverpool lost, but so did Manchester United and Chelsea. So, say what? All right, Arsenal did win, but nobody worries about them. They always run second in the English Premier League. So, we have a lot to talk about this morning. Big things happened at the UN. The Prime Minister spoke along with other CARICOM leaders, and the Prime Minister tripled down. Not double down, because she doubled down on it already, so it had to be triple or quadruple down by now, on her stance as it relates to the U.S. presence in the southern Caribbean waters, and other CARICOM members did speak as well. Aka Samaru of CNC3 spoke to her because he's up there in New York. We'll run you that interview. We'll also just run you the little clip where she said, you had to fight fire with fire. She also made the point that all of this being a zone of peace. And she spoke on that. She said there's a narrative, in other words then. It's not a zone of peace when you have Caribbean islands being overrun by gangs and gun violence and things like that. How could that be a zone of peace? You understand? She spoke about Trinidad and Tobago having 623 murders in 1 year last year. But we're talking zone of peace. Basically, everything that we have said on this program was mentioned at the UN. Yeah. I feel she's listened to this program, and I telling you, I don't know boy. Anyway. So, before we get into that, and we get into the Commissioner of Police and the feedback on his performance over his first 100 days, that was also in the news. We have a couple other things that popped up, then we get to Eden Heights, all right? So let's get cracking here and move as fast as we can so we can accommodate as many calls. When you call in, I will not say it again. Be quick, be brief, be sharp on your point so that I can accommodate as many as possible. I have a lot of people. If I go through the list of missed calls on this program, callers that never get to call in, and I can't even call them back because we tried, we say, well, okay, we have a WhatsApp line now, we could call back people when missed call. But when people constantly trying to call, you cannot call out. So that's the problem with the call back. I said I kind of slip it in every now and then, and if I get lucky, I get lucky. But nevertheless, another story that came out over the weekend was the amount of money that was collected on property tax. And local government chairmen deny receiving property tax funds. They say they got nothing. And a Shogunas teacher is reported missing again. Missing again, just now. Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation Chairman Josiah Austin flatly denied receiving monies from the government through property tax. In a media release on September 28, Austin said he had to respond to comments made by Minister of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development, Dr. Kennedy Swaratsing, in the Senate on September 26th. And Newsday also spoke to San Fernando Mayor Robert Paris and the Penal Debate Corporation Chairman Gautam Maharaj on the issue. In response to a question from Opposition Senator Faris Al-Rawi, Swaratsing said 132,124 people paid a total of $135,534,838.81 in property tax as of May the 2nd, 2025. All right, now Austin said in the release, the minister claimed that local government corporations have received monies collected by the government through property tax, and he said, I wish to state clearly and categorically that this is factually incorrect. He said to date, the corporation had not received any monies, and figures cited by the minister reflected past total collections. All right? And well, he goes on to talk about the government abolishing the property tax regime without offering an alternative financing arrangement. Well, you know, the budget is in, what are we, the 29th of September? The budget is early October. It will either be the first or the second Monday. All right? So a lot of people, they're waiting on this budget to be presented by Dave Tanku, the Minister of Finance. Let's see, because this is where you're going to find out what the alternative plans are. What the alternative plans are for CPEP and URP with more sustainable jobs being offered. We're going to find out, I guess we're going to find out even on the property tax issue here, an alternative financing arrangements. But just to let Austin know, in the history of the world, you cannot tax a population into prosperity. I've said that once, twice, I've said it too many times. Right? Anybody that believes that, well, you probably believe in Easter Bunny too. Let me put it nicely. Okay? You cannot tax a population into prosperity. You have to come up with sustainable ways in terms of to create revenue outside of the energy sector. We have an energy sector that we have been heavily dependent on from since before I born. We have never diversified this economy. We have never boosted the manufacturing sector as where it's supposed to be. Agriculture, you understand, is underutilized. And you know, we have so many things that we could tap into. The culture, everything. We have many export products that you might even think about. So we have to diversify. I am hearing a lot of talk about medical tourism and sport tourism. Let's see where that goes. I have no idea where they're going with that, but let's see. All right? Because I think those are ways to generate income as well. So we'll see. Pleasantville man, age 38, gunned down. Shagona's teacher reported missing. Oh, this is Komal Maharaj fella. But he gone missing again? Komal Maharaj, a 41-year-old teacher who went missing in July 2024 and whose family later claimed he was kidnapped, taken to Venezuela and released after a ransom was paid, has been reported missing again. What kind of teacher he is? Who goes missing this many times? You just came back. You gone missing. Nah, man. He had to have a next wife and family somewhere else. No, I had to say so. You was missing just the other day. They find you. You gone missing again? That is not normal. You do that? Director said he does that. But on a serious note, well, let's hope that he's found in good order and alive. But they say repeated calls and messages went unanswered with his phone going straight to voicemail. CCTV footage showed that at 3:30 p.m. on the said day that he disappeared, he was leaving his home through the front gate and walking toward the nearby savannah, wearing long blue jeans and a black long-sleeve sweater. In this weather, boy. All in feel that heat over the weekend? That heat. Saturday was blazing hot, boy. That's why I find it strange he's wearing a black long-sleeve sweater. It was Saturday. And sunglasses. This is not normal. Anyway, let's hope they find the man in good order. Ex-cop shoots 2 men in Aruca. PM to return with good news after the UN GA80. And, oh God, let me just leave that alone. Nobody cares. Saudi Arabia talks started under PNM. Young says nothing new in oil and gas under government. Mariano Brown warns that TT credit rating is at risk. Yes. For those of you who saw the Standard and Poor's, or you read about the Standard and Poor's latest report on Trinidad and Tobago, boy, I enable now. I enable. That's how great of a finance minister Colman Booth was. You understand? Because remember, they only left office in April. May, June, July, August, September. Be 5 months in, right? Be almost exactly 5 months in. Well, exactly, the 29th of September, and election was what, the 28th of April? So on the 29th, new government was in play. Wasn't sworn in yet, but, election was over. So we had the 29th of September, exactly 5 months now. And now all of these reports are coming out because why? The way that the economy was managed before. You understand? The Prime Minister also won the Caribbean Global Leader People's Choice Award for 2025. We'll get back to that a little later now. Shoguna's chamber urges action as Johnny Abraham tipped to lead NOC. SOE Tribunal says 4 hearings completed, 2 still in progress. Police and Defense Force arrest 3 in Matlot. Venezuelan armed forces gun found in St. Helena. I wonder how that got there. Police arrested 2 people in the Central Division after finding a gun, a quantity of ammunition and marijuana in a targeted intelligence-led operation in the Central Division between 7 p.m. on September the 25th and 3 a.m. on September the 26th. Bandits on bikes strike in Couva. Couva police are searching for 3 men who robbed an 18-year-old at gunpoint while he was walking near his home in Dow Village Settlement. The incident occurred around 2:20 p.m. on September 26th as the victim was walking along a track leading to 4th Street. Moruga man, age 65, held with shotgun and crocus bag with ganja. Robbery at gunpoint in Aruka, 2 held. Anything else? Anything else? All right, nothing really. Okay, so there we go. Those are the headlines in the paper. Regional side looked at Thai T20 series, 1-1 against Nepal. Imagine that, Nepal, win a game against West Indies. West Indies lose to Nepal. Rally around the West Indies, now and forever. And this is the thing, the whole CPL went, right? And the CPL is a very exciting tournament, just like the IPL. But, you have to ask some question. What is the CPL, what has the CPL done for West Indies cricket? Like, what are the benefits that West Indies cricket is reaping from the CPL? Beside the individual players getting their payday, like what is it doing to improve cricket in the West Indies? Anyway, Keoluk, that's right. Let me just take this opportunity to remind you about the Keoluk range of products. Sorry about that, so let me take this opportunity to remind you about the Keoluk range of products, which is backed by science and has over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. It's made from the aged garlic extract, and we have several products in that Keoluk range, from the Keoluk Cleanse and Digestion, the Keoluk Blood Pressure Health, the Keoluk Cholesterol Health, the Keoluk Total Heart Health, and the Keoluk Circulation Health. And they're all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels. All of them include the aged garlic extract, and that includes Keodophilus probiotics as well. They also have the Keo Green Powder Drink Mix. So, if you want to pick up any one of these products in the Keoluk range, you can visit a pharmacy or a health store across the country. And for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. And we also have Safety Rigging and Lifting Services Limited. And they have over 2 decades of experience in rigging and lifting operations in the construction, oil and gas industry. And services are available for offshore and land, process gas maintenance of projects, shutdowns, turnarounds, etc. And some of their specialized services include lifting and rigging awareness training, supervision and coverage during planned projects and TARs, policy review and development, site visits, both on land and offshore, and rigging loft management as well as risk assessment for lifting operations. Now, they offer expert guidance and support, ensuring safety, efficiency, and compliance with industry standards, regulations, and legislation. So their services are not limited to Trinidad and Tobago, because they can also provide services in the Caribbean and through South America, the whole South America region. So for more information, you can feel free to contact them on 868-774-1498 or visit their website, safetyriggingandliftingconsultancy.com. So make sure and check them out. All right. With that, we're going to be going to the first break. As we prepare to go to the first break, don't forget, people, I know it's Monday morning and it's rather early. We're 60 minutes past 6. Don't forget, Breaking Dawn Christmas Party. It takes place Saturday, December the 13th at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. Looking forward to see as many people as possible come out. Well, I mean, we could only sell how much tickets we print, eh? All right? So tickets will be available online and physically at sports and games outlets this week. All right? I will let you know when those tickets are at the outlets, okay? So online, of course, you know, it's trinbagoevents.com. And, of course, well, we got sports and games, you know, nationwide. We'll have, I don't know if I use in every sports and games, but definitely we will be putting tickets at outlets in sports. I might have to, I don't know if I'll use all or I'll select some. I don't know. We have to work that out with sports and games today, actually. All right? Live entertainment, premium drinks inclusive, and the only thing you had to purchase is food. All right? And the food is affordable. You can ask anybody who was there last year. So if you all were there last year, you know how good it was. We look forward to seeing you again. And get your tickets early. I can't stress that enough. The theme is Winter Wonderland, and we're wearing white. White is the dress code. Okay? And we're going to have some giveaways and things as well, you know, for best dressed male, best dressed female. Sinker Designs has actually offered to sponsor those prizes, the best dressed male and female. So, yeah, Sinker Designs, yeah, man. We got to pick them up, man. They always give us our support, eh? Huh? Staff? What staff getting prizes for? Let's go to the break, people.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20, Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27, and Tobago. Saturday, October 4. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody sing it. Come on.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility,
comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
To the U.S. military action against drug cartels in the Southern Caribbean, some objections from some countries, I state today Trinidad and Tobago reminds the international community that unless forceful and aggressive actions are taken, these evil drug cartels will continue their societal destruction because they believe affected nations will always unreservedly subscribe to morals and ethics and human rights and values, which they themselves blatantly flout. They do not adhere to those, and therefore we will fight fire, within the law. While they have been...
All right, that's Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar there at the UN. That's part of a speech. That is the part that kind of caught people's attention outside of what she was wearing. They start with that already, you know. Remember in her first term, the woman got criticized for everything she put on. They say the woman, Lord Father, they say she gone to the UN in some $30,000 outfit. Oh God, well, give me a break now. Serious? Seriously? When Keith Rowley was Prime Minister, I remember some people made issue a time with something with his wardrobe, and I said, that is the one thing I have no problem with. I don't know if you all could recall. I have no problem with wardrobe and the way that my Prime Minister presents his or herself. Because when they go out there, they represent us. So they have to look the part. Whether I like them or I don't like them or whatever the case might be, they have to look the part. They have to look good. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one thing I've never had a problem with. So I mean, when I go through the paper, I see what people talking about what the Prime Minister had on, and they say it costs X amount, and the media asking questions, like if that should be the focus of. I vex I talking about that this morning. You know, let me forget about that. But I just can't believe that people go on there already now. You know. Anyway, this was the Prime Minister after speaking to Akash Samaru of CNC3. So we're going to take it to what she had to say there. Akash should ask her some questions. So take us to that interview now from top. Yeah.
Home for the zone of peace. Mr. Gonzalez calling for the U.S. to pack up and head home for the zone of peace. We had Prime Minister Motley saying Caribbean countries could be collateral damage, and then we had a very forceful statement from you saying we'll fight fire within the law. Within the law, and full support of the U.S.
That was not in my speech, by the way. But we will. I told you all before, and I repeat, I cannot stop repeating. Some of the other CARICOM countries are not in the position that we are in. They're not so close. Their murder rate, their narco trafficking, human trafficking is not so much. We had over 600 murders in 1 year. We cannot do things the same way and expect things to change. So I remain very committed to the CARICOM. That's where we are sovereign nations. We can differ on certain points. We remain committed to CARICOM unity, but at the same time, Trinidad and Tobago first. Safety and security for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago is my priority at this time. So since the U.S. intervention in the Southern CARICOM and Caribbean, you know, the murder rate has dropped. Not by as much as we wanted to drop, but it has dropped. It has made a significant difference. So I do not regret, and I will continue to support the U.S. intervention in the Southern Caribbean.
You have a couple high-level meetings with U.S. representatives. Anything surrounding that issue of further partnership with respect to the war against narco-traffickers?
Well, you may not know yet, but we've been invited to Washington. I intend to go on Monday evening for meetings with Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Tuesday morning. So we'll further have discussions on what other ways bilateral participation, cooperation when we get there.
Anything you can tell us about the agenda?
The agenda is Trinidad first. And we thank the U.S. for partnering with us in the Southcom. Several initiatives coming out of today, which you may not know. Earlier today, we met with the Crown Prince from Kuwait, and we committed to about 8 bilateral agreements in the areas of trade, education, development, financing, others. International Financial Center in finance. So that was a very, very useful meeting for us.
Anything around energy, oil, gas?
Not with Kuwait. We will be having those discussions later this afternoon.
I wanted to ask you, your position on the U.S. in the region, given your role in CARICOM in terms of security for CARICOM, and the position as Prime Minister you would hold as the head of the CARICOM Council for Security, does that put us in a precarious position at all with the rest of CARICOM?
It does not. I don't see it. This intervention can only benefit all of us in the CARICOM. I don't know what is the boogeyman narrative that has been pursued by some persons. What is wrong with having people coming to help us fight against narco trafficking, against human trafficking? Why are you so concerned? Is you have any linkages with the drug cartels? No, we don't. And therefore, I take serious umbrage to some persons with a false narrative about this intervention and what it will do for sovereignty and what will not. What this has to do with sovereignty? What does having these people in the waters in the Southcom, how does that affect your sovereignty or my sovereignty? We are still sovereign nations. So I don't see any conflict of interest with Trinidad and Tobago being the lead in the CARICOM for national security. In fact, this is a national security effort that will assist all of us in the CARICOM.
I see you take umbrage with some persons. Are you talking about other regional leaders?
I'm speaking about those who have a different view with respect to the intervention by the U.S. on this matter.
I noticed no mention about the genocide in Gaza in your contribution. It would have been mentioned by other regional leaders. Why was it not in ours?
Minister of Foreign Affairs spoke on that before. Let me just finish and then I'll put you over. Minister of Foreign Affairs has already addressed that matter. As you know, the time we are given to speak is very limited. So since that issue was already raised through Foreign Affairs in another forum, which I think he shared with you, that we support the two-state option solution. Yeah.
You also spoke about protection for children, women, and girls in Trinidad and Tobago. I wanted to get your thoughts on the brutal murder of 12-year-old Mariah Senath and how that would have resonated with you.
Well, the death of anyone by murder, by homicide, is a tragedy for all of us. And it is particularly more tragic when it is a child. We share our condolences with the family and the loved ones, but we have to keep working. There are some areas that have nothing to do with the drugs and the crime, as far as we know. Her case might not have been one of those. It may have been issues in domestic issues within families, and so we have to continue to work with families to try to avert attacks and destruction.
Any thoughts of strengthening the children's authority that you mentioned in your speech?
Yes, we have some proposals going forward. Akash, thank you very much.
One more thing, speaking about the economy, Standard & Poor's would have revised this country
Yes, I saw it.
From stable to negative. I want to get your thoughts on that, please.
My thoughts are that is what we have inherited. We have put in policies, programs in place to lift us out from that zone that they put us into that debt crisis that has been spoken of. But there's good news in S&P's report, which is we are still, we've changed from stable to negative, but the rating remains the same, which is a good sign to gives us a time to step forward and push the reform policies as we go forward.
And Budget Day will be on?
Budget Day will be soon.
The Finance Minister said that everyone would be the happiest of the happy.
Well, there are always some people who are not happy in this world, you know. Think about it. The opposition is not happy. They will never be happy. So we always have people who are happy and those who are not happy. I'm not afraid of happy and unhappiness. I think we remain committed, we remain dedicated to improving the lives of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Will you also raise the issue of repatriation of our displaced citizens in the refugee camps and other facilities?
We have already raised that. I was the one 2 years ago who called for repatriation. The then government set up a committee and nothing ever happened. We have a committee now under my government that is pursuing that repatriation of our women and children out of those parts of the world. I thank you very much to Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you all very much.
Prime Minister, thank you very much. Mr. Gonzalez calling for the U.S. to...
Right. So, right. That was Akash Samaru of CNC Trees up there in New York. He spoke to the Prime Minister. I think that was on Saturday. Now, she did mention some other things. Put up the critical aid for me. So critical aid for Trinidad and Tobago, PM prioritizes fire tenders and Couva Hospital. So this country has secured critical support following high-level meetings at the United Nations General Assembly, including a grant, part of which will be used to fund additional fire tenders for under-resourced stations, as well as separate aid to refurbish the soon-to-open Couva Children's Hospital. Speaking with Guardian Media outside United Nations headquarters in New York, following the Prime Minister's meeting with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, yesterday, Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Sean Sobers praised the Prime Minister for securing a $94 million grant from China. The grant, valued at RMB 100 million, approximately 94 million, falls under the Agreement on Economic and Technical Cooperation between the two countries and will support jointly improved projects in Trinidad and Tobago. It was discussed during a September 18th meeting between Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar and Chinese Ambassador Ren Hongyang at the Diplomatic Center. All right, and the article goes on, but let's get some thoughts from the public as we're getting started this morning. Hello, good morning. 26 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock, by the way. Hello, good morning.
We have a hero in the Caribbean, and it's like the people don't want that. Let me tell you, this CARICOM, anyone at CARICOM, including Trinidad itself, knew that America was coming and do that? No. Nobody knows that. This is a big plan. This drug is not only affecting Trinidad and Tobago, it's the world. And America, they want that, and they come down there. Who don't like it, sleep with it. But what I'm telling you, Stefan, you see this thing? Everybody don't like the truth. The truth does offend. This woman lived down here with the truth. She went up there with the truth. She speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I know the Caribbean, the CARICOM couldn't help that. They didn't know nothing of what's going on. And up to now, this present time, none of them come out and say anything concerning anything more than the hero, he says, sir. You understand?
Okay.
Me? She will become the hero because you see that problem that we have out there with this drug cartel. This is not a Trinidad and Venezuela business. That's a national, that's world. And if we
Okay.
could get help like America to come and do that, come on. Thank God. Have a nice Trinidad
All
and
right,
Tobago.
no problem. Yeah, man. I want to keep it going. I want to keep it short this morning. I ain't going over a minute and nothing longer than a minute and 10 seconds. Morning. 1 minute.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, thoughts?
Good luck with that 10 seconds. You know, I really don't support anybody criticizing people on their clothes and things. That's terrible. Whoever started that is madness. Because the only issue I had was that a zone of peace, what determines something is not a zone of peace in the context of international discussions, is militarization in the zone, bombs, and military action, right? I understand the narrative for the Monday Night Forum, that could work there. But when you go on an international stage and people hear that your zone is not a zone of peace, the only thing that means is militarization zone. And for people to mix up the two, I could understand the arguments, but that is not what a zone of peace means in an international context. And the last thing, I 10 seconds again.
Go ahead.
Good luck in December. I will see you in December. I'll be in the country this year. All right.
All right, man. No problem. Cool, man. So I'll tell you what, we're going again. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Stephen.
Yes, I.
On the 13th of December, we're having the Breaking Down Christmas party, and I'm telling people there's plenty alcohol to come with a designated driver. Okay, now, another thing. If we believe that we have a world leader in Trinidad and Tobago, this is your time to believe. I go on, brother.
All right, no problem. No, but I mean, I heard Mia Motley speak. I heard Ralph Gonzalez speak. I heard Andrew Holness. Irfan Ali. Listen, our leaders represent the Caribbean well. All right? Regardless of whatever era, whether it's this era, the last era, whichever government, whatever. When our leaders go out there, they do represent well. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Stefan, good morning, man.
Yeah.
You could remember we had a CARICOM symposium under Rowley, and he spoke, and with all the CARICOM leaders, he spoke about public health. The crime wave is a public health, and all these high-power guns were banned. Right? How can you ban something that was already banned? We had that problem before.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when they said they want to impose a ban on high power, and it was something that was illegal guns are illegal guns. Yes.
And it's a public health a public health order.
Public health emergency.
Right.
Crime is a public health emergency.
Yes. So it's ridiculous. And so CARICOM now to come and say that it is a zone of peace. Utter rubbish, because we had the highest, second highest, and third highest murder. Right? Other countries are having the same kind of problem with crime. So it cannot be a zone of peace. Utter rubbish, man.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. One thing that the Prime Minister did mention, she said everybody has their own position. However, as it relates to other CARICOM nations, they are not in our position, meaning they are not geographically positioned like us. So we are very, very close. We're the closest island to South America. All right? And unfortunately, we have been a transshipment point for many years, long before this government or the last government or the one before that, and even the one before that one. Trinidad and Tobago has always been a transshipment point. All right? So when she said that, I was like, okay, I hope people understand now that, there is a difference in terms of how they view it as opposed to how we have to deal with it, because we are geographically placed where we are. There is no denying that. Morning.
Hello, Stefan. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
I know you say be short, so I'm going to be very short.
Yeah, go ahead.
When the PM was asked about her dress, right, I take umbrage to that myself. She say, be good, do good, and dress good. And I know you can attest to that. Because you dress good, right? Just like her. And anyway, what does Trinidad benefit from the CARICOM? England limited Brexit. And what happened? Nothing. Everybody went there to sing for their supper except this PM. Take care, Stefan. Have a good day.
All right, no problem. 327-7400, 327-7400. Let me see if I can squeeze in our call back here. I get through. Let me see if I can get it in there. You see, we had a missed call here from a man I never even heard about. Morning, go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Or a lady, sorry. Morning, go ahead, share your thoughts.
Morning.
Yes, this is Breaking Dawn, go ahead.
Yeah, could you tell me why Penny is in the UN?
That's a real good question. I have no idea why the opposition leader showed up at the UN.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.
Just that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, but wait, what is the opposition leader? Never have I seen a UN General Assembly under the Keith Rowley administration or the Patrick Manning administration where the opposition leader just showed up. I don't know. Morning. They say was some
Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, I good man. Go ahead, share thoughts.
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
I am a student of war for a while. I've been part of the force for 20-something years and I'm now retired.
Okay.
When the gentleman before spoke about militarization being a zone of peace,
yeah,
he's forgetting that that is 18th and 19th century doctrine.
Okay.
We have asymmetrical warfare started by the narco people all around the world, the rings. And if you have asymmetric warfare, you have asymmetric militarization. If you look at the funding behind most of the terrorist groups, they are narco-funded. And therefore, you have a group of organized people using military tactics and weapons to achieve a policy. That is militarization.
Okay.
So the Southern Caribbean and Central Caribbean have been militarized by the narco traffickers, and the decision of the Trump administration was long overdue. You have to fight military tactics with military tactics. Law enforcement has too many restrictions against it.
Okay, where are you calling us from?
Just Cayman Islands.
Cayman Islands. Okay, no problem.
All right, so you take care.
All right, thanks a lot, man. We have viewers in the Cayman Islands, boy. Fellas, we in the Cayman Islands, boy. Yeah, now, which other morning show in Trinidad and Tobago does get calls from places like the Cayman Islands and any island of the island? You see why we number one? Thanks a lot, caller. And I'm glad you're calling so that we know now. So when I begin up and I'm saying all over the Caribbean now and all over the world, I can call the Cayman Islands. Thanks a lot for your contribution as well. And we take that, of course. It's an honor to have a contribution like that coming from a man who has that type of experience. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I.
As it relates to the opposition leader, who invited her? And what was her contribution as it relates to the benefits of Trinidad and Tobago? Are we not hearing it? Why didn't I catch somebody talking about that? You have a good one.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I really don't. I saw the picture with the opposition leader and Ralph Gonsalves and Mia Motley. And somebody sent it to me, and the write-up was, this wasn't my thing, the write-up was, why is Penelope Beckles at the UN, right? I think she was in the cafeteria. I don't know if it's called the cafeteria or the lounge. Or, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Hello, good morning. Maybe she went to learn. I don't know. Morning.
Yeah, first time caller.
Yeah, first time caller. Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm calling from El Chico.
El Socorro, man.
Right?
Nice, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to say is that I can congratulate the Prime Minister for everything that she said, and she's on the right track.
Okay.
Secondly, I want to criticize this Beckles, because nothing wrong with she going, but she just chose the wrong time to go, right? And thirdly, again, what I want to say is that she went and she sit down and she took one set of shit. When they want to shit, go by the toilet and shit stuff.
No, God, no, you can't use the God. Yeah, but you can't put it across like that. I apologize for that. All right, yeah, man. Thanks a lot, El Socorro. All right, first time caller. Thanks a lot. We can't use we can't use the sh it word. All right, so you don't use that on the air. We do apologize to that, people. And yes, I spelled it out. If you're already called in, only calm down, relax. Let me try and see if I can get some people who have not been getting through. Oh God, I try a call back. That was failure. That's now, eh? All right, let me take this call. This one I didn't get through for the morning yet. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning to you.
Could you say, or if you know, you could say who paid for the opposition leader to go there? Okay, bye.
I don't know. I don't know. But you see, I know it's an issue, because I know maybe it should be an issue, maybe it shouldn't. I think the main focus should be our Prime Minister and her representation, her representing Trinidad and Tobago at the UN. The speech that she delivered, the whole speech is online, I would imagine, so you could listen to the whole thing instead of the song bites. But I think that should be the focus, and anything coming out of it with any talks that took place. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Final call in this, no, not yet. Wait, I have 3 minutes. Yeah, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, man. Breaking down. We're calling you back. I see we get a missed call from you. Go ahead. Share your thoughts.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, this is Kelly Village.
Okay. Go ahead, share your contribution, man.
What I like to say is that Ms. Beckles said she was invited there, so I don't know. Somebody invited her.
Oh, okay, somebody invited her. Okay, no problem. That's it?
Yeah, brother.
All right, man, cool. Take it easy, Kelly Village. You see how much people is be trying to get you. I could punch call whole day. Whole day I could punch call. That's now, eh? Let me take this one. All right, let me see this one here. Hello, good morning. I never see this caller. I never see this caller pop up. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, man, go ahead. Share your thoughts.
Yeah, well, you can't blame Penny, you know. She going, and when you want that best player, you had a scout, but the woman going up with the scout, she want to know what's going on. They're lost right now, you know, so you know what's going on. She's scouting.
All right, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. So she like Holly B, she's scouted for talent. All right, no problem. I'll take this final call here before I give you some information. We get to the break and we have a few things to discuss as well in the second hour. We'll continue to take your calls. Hello, good morning.
Morning, this is Diego.
Diego Martin, yeah, go ahead, man. What's that?
Take so much money.
Yeah, go ahead.
Opposite, you went to the church.
That's what you're kind of breaking up there. We're getting a little feedback, like a little static in the call. Let me hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. She went there because that opposite the former place is the church. So she went to church.
Right. I know I read something about something in a church.
Right. She went to church.
She went to church.
In the church. So that yeah, she went to church.
All right. You're breaking up again. But I got to go to the break. I'm sorry about that. But I got to go to the break. All right? But before I go to the break, you're breaking up bad. But I know I read somewhere that it had something to do with some church. But look, that is too much of a coincidence to me. I think that's planned. You don't coincidentally pick the weekend of the UN General Assembly to go to church in New York. I mean, come on. But you know, it just continues along the lines of the drama that is Trinidad and Tobago, of course. But talking about security now, okay? I want to remind you about Flow. Yeah. So get non-stop protection with Armor Security. And with 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security, protection that moves to your beat. Visit discoverflow.co for details. And I also want to remind you about Seth Wyola board. Now, Seth will not be on tomorrow, so we have a free day tomorrow. He messaged me last night. Seth is in Panama. He's in Panama for his birthday. His birthday is actually tomorrow. So that's why he's taking the day off. So big up my boy Seth. Good morning to you. And you'll get your birthday greeting. He messaged me to remind me to do my birthday greeting. I say, no problem, man. So we have a full 2-hour show tomorrow with no feature because Seth is not on tomorrow. But he will resume next week. So Seth Wyo's Holistic Health Clinic, in the meantime, is powered by nutritional therapy. And it's very simple. Stop managing on those diseases when you could reverse them naturally. And we're talking about reversing cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, digestive disorders, hypertension, and more. It is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And you can book an appointment today. You can call or WhatsApp Seth. You could call him on 279-3935 or WhatsApp him on 761-1952. Make sure and get in contact with him today and start rebuilding your health from the inside out naturally. I really had to make time to sit down and talk with Seth, yes? And deal with Mina, you know? All right. So I tell you what, I found it strange. I was telling you fellas, right? And I was saying this last night. I find it strange my belly swell up, boy, since I come back from New York. And I know I ain't eating bad and I exercising more. So I was wondering now, but what happened? I went and I do some reading last night now, boy. You understand? And I realized I do a detox before I went to New York. And I never knew this about probiotics. So I do the detox, and then I was supposed to study probiotics. So I think put the bacteria, or whatever it is, the good bacteria, whatever, back in the system. So in reading up, it says that when taking probiotics, it can cause a swelling of, a bloating of the gut for a few weeks, while your body gets accustomed to whether it's a new cells or wherever it is. I can't remember what it is, the exact term, right now. But I was saying, but you know, it was confusing me now, boy. And as I was reading there and I talking about nutritional therapy, I said, but Stefan, you ain't eating bad. What is going on? Or you just swell up so? So, you know, yeah, that's why. It's those probiotics. I only have 3 more tablets to take. So I'll finish the course. It's one of the few courses that I will ever finish. Trust me on that. All right, I just starting and do finish it, you know. I tell you. You know what things I start and I just can't finish it? Way boy. But one thing we will finish is the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. And my boy, you can fly in from the Cayman Islands, so that we'd love to have you. So I tell you what, the Breaking Dawn Christmas party is on Saturday, December the 13th. Do not forget that. And tickets will be out this week. You're going to hear more about it in the coming weeks and the coming months. The outlets where you can get your tickets. Let me tell you something. It's be a real nice event for the fans of Breaking Dawn. I advertise this nowhere else but on Breaking Dawn and my social media platforms. Right? So this is not something that you come to that you see people from all over who don't know anything about Breaking Dawn, which is a few people, I would imagine, because we are the #1 morning show in the country, right? And we are viewed up the islands as well. So for those of you in the marketing agencies, take notes, right? Nice. So we advertise it here for the viewers. This is the viewers' Christmas party. Maybe one day, when I win a lotto and I become a millionaire, I could in charge nothing. And I could say, just come. You understand? But for now, yeah. So it's a premium drinks inclusive. We get a terrific crowd, wide range of people, ages from 30 to 60 and beyond. You know what I mean? It's a real nice event to come to. Last year, we had a terrific turnout. And I tell you what, we are looking to do it bigger and better this year. Last year, Nappy was the headliner, Farmer Nappy. Big up Farmer Nappy, good morning to him. This year we have live entertainment. When I say live entertainment, we have a live band. And we're going to have some other artists, something coming on to perform. The DJ is going to get it done as usual, selector room. The only thing that we're doing this year is just as we tried to do last year, but I think last year being the first year at Center of Excellence, where we try to centralize it in a kind of way now. Because the first year was in Santa Cruz, right? And I know it was a little too far for people who come in from South and that kind of thing. And people still asking me to, Stefan, when you're coming down South, boy, when you're coming down South, to have an event. And I'm working on something there. If not South, it's going to be in Central. But it's a terrific event, like I say, for the viewers. You come out, some of you who call in on a morning, you get to meet each other so that, you know, you could, when time to throw peacock, you ain't digging that much of a horrors now because you know who gave any peacock. Because you meet them at the party and you had a drink with them or whatever the case might be. You know what I mean? So it's just a nice setting to kind of, you know, to mingle, the network even. If we could get some of those small businesses to come on board, purchase tickets for your staff, send your staff, let them come to the Christmas party. We provide everything, entertainment, decor, everything, right? Drinks. The only thing that I buy is the food, like I say. Food is on sale until we could push it to the point where, you know, as it grows bigger and bigger, which I would like to see growth. So as it grows bigger and bigger, we might do it all inclusive in the future, but not just yet, all right? So it is a premium drinks inclusive, and we have Trinidad Import Export who are partnering with us this year. They have a wide range of products from Hanky Bannister to Vanguard Vodka to Dirty Cow, which is something like a Bailey's, which is the equivalent, not something, it's the equivalent to like Bailey's and that kind of thing. Man, I sample them thing, you know. I in line. And that Hanky Bannister, the black bottle, I in line. I don't know people go, I can't drink Johnny Walker after that. I mean, I haven't drunk Johnny Walker in years, but I'm telling you, that Hanky Bannister in the black bottle, gone clear. And the Vanguard, we only know it's a vodka man, so that Vanguard vodka, on point. Can't go back to other brands. But anyway, we take the break. When we come back from the break, we will get into a couple other things, including CPEP workers and the latest on that. I didn't miss that over the weekend. We will also highlight something. I want to highlight something this morning that is very important because I want to remind people of how mischievous the media is in terms of pharmaceutical drugs. Just recently, the Trump administration announced that women while pregnant that take Tylenol, or I think the active drug is acetaminophen, if I'm getting it correct, right? Run the risk of autism, child being born with autism. Now, I went over the weekend and I found some news stories, actual news reports. All right? Look, some of them, I want to let you watch the dates when I come back. And I will just show all you how the pharmaceutical industry, boy, some of them should just get locked up, yes? And they come out and they deny it, all the certain quarters denying it. Oh, it has no link. But all you know, when it comes to medical thing, your boy does be on point. For those of you who followed me through the pandemic, right? So I'll show you. We did the research. We found it. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their two locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we sort that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we're back. As we return, 3 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Now, for those who've been watching this program for a very long time, you know, during the pandemic, I was one of the, well, probably the Lone Ranger in terms of challenging everything that it had to do with the pandemic, including the jab, the choke, if we should call it that, the lockdowns, everything. And during that period of time, we had our YouTube channel, what do they call it? Banned, right? So, turns out we were right. We never got back the channel. But recently, the Trump administration came out and gave a link between Tylenol, taking Tylenol during pregnancy and autism. Now, Run Stefan Run, which was just earlier this year in May, the charity that we gave to was autism. Right? It was, I tell you, you can't write this script, you know. God has just set it for me I'm telling you. So, I mentioned last week that as soon as that was mentioned, and I think it's because it's Trump, they jump out. The BBC and all of them, it had no link, this, that, and the other. Doctors all over social media jumping out to say, listen, it had no link, it had no evidence to support that. Right? Now keep in mind, this is the same man that came during the pandemic and tell you hydroxychloroquine was getting the job done. That along with a drug called azithromycin. Right? Turns out, and there were doctors and stuff using it in a combination that was dealing with patients that were suffering from the then virus. I had to be careful about talking here because YouTube will flag me again. And all of a sudden, those things disappeared. I remember playing those confessions from patients, right? And doctors. And it just disappeared, right? So, medical information is very important. And it's important for people to take note when certain information is given, especially when it comes to children or pregnant women and the children that they will give birth to, and any side effects of anything that they may be taking at that point in time that could cause that child to be born with a particular disorder or whatever, right? So for the naysayers and those who doubt what they're saying, over the weekend, I went on a search for news articles, not articles, I wanted new video with announcers sitting down reading the news saying it. What I want you to take note of, on the videos, in the top, what would that be, the left-hand corner, the right-hand corner, the left-hand corner of the screen, you will see the date of those videos, the date. And I'm going to just show you this, and then we're going to move on, because we have Ignites coming up, right? I just want to show you this and we'll move on. Run me the clip labeled autism link. And if YouTube, if the stream get pulled down because they flag us, it's because they go cite some nonsense again and try to censor the thing. But this is the truth. The truth has to prevail. Right? Run me that. There's a few stories, well. Go ahead.
Women using the common pain reliever during pregnancy were more likely to have children who went on to have ADHD. The Los Angeles Times looks at a possible link between pregnant women taking acetaminophen and kids with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
A warning tonight for pregnant. A new study shows acetaminophen during pregnancy could harm unborn babies.
We have an important warning for pregnant women. Using acetaminophen while pregnant could increase the chance that your child will be hyperactive. That's according to a new study by the Journal of the American Medical Association.
Research is raising concerns tonight that acetaminophen could be linked to autism and ADHD.
Acetaminophen is the most commonly used medication for pain and fever during pregnancy. Well, now we're learning that women who take it when pregnant may be exposing their baby to an increased risk of behavioral problems and other disorders, such as Tourette's syndrome.
A new study from Johns Hopkins found taking acetaminophen late in pregnancy may be associated with a higher risk of having a child with autism or ADHD.
A new study from Johns Hopkins finds taking acetaminophen late in pregnancy is associated with a higher risk of having a child with autism or ADHD.
Research out of Spain is raising concerns about prenatal exposure to acetaminophen. A popular brand in the United States is, of course, Tylenol. A study from Spain included data from over 70,000 children. It shows those whose mothers took acetaminophen during pregnancy were about 20% more likely to develop ADHD or autism.
Women using the...
Nice. If we're still on YouTube, we're still on YouTube. They cannot deny what I just showed earlier. That is facts. The dates of those reports: February 24, 2014, February 25, 2014, May 21st, 2015, August 16, 2016, June 21st, 2018, April 16, 2019, October 31st, 2019, and May 28, 2021. Over a 7-year span, There have been multiple reports and research coming out connecting one with the other. But nothing was ever done because, remember, it's the pharmaceutical industry. It's a billion-dollar industry. They don't care once a drug's selling. Right? But you cannot say, if it happened over a 1 year period or 2 year period, you can say, well, okay, well, maybe the report was wrong. But you can't tell me that you have had links to this over a 7 year period. And that is only why you could have fined, eh? That is only why you could have fined. The latest of which was in 2021, 4 years ago. You understand? But somebody go jump out and say, it have no link. They go write that, you know. The same way, like I said last week, they told you blood clotting wasn't associated to the choke now. The choke wasn't causing blood clotting. Until after now, when people suffer, end up dying, some of them, right? Or whoever suffer whatever side effects. And, link between this jab and blood clotting. After they come to tell you, when we were telling you that from the start, people, let me tell you something, eh? If there's one thing I learned in life, he who knows it feels it. Somebody who goes through something and gets an effect from it, a negative effect from it, they know what happened. And they coming out and talking about it and telling you, you had to listen with a very, very, very good ear. You can't just say, no, that it's not research. You cannot dismiss things like that. Especially when it comes to drugs of any kind. Right? So I just ran you all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 reports over a 7-year period. And that's all I could have found. Right? So you all take that and take it how you want. Anyway. Oh boy. Let's get to the disguised employment. This is the latest on CPEP here. 12 minutes past your 7 o'clock. So, the Banking, Insurance and General Workers Union has vowed to fight on behalf of the 11,500 workers dismissed following the government's restructuring of the Community-Based Environmental Protection and Enhancement Program. Over 300 contractors were fired by CPEP Company Limited at the end of June, affecting thousands of workers who were given 1 month's pay after termination. Now, the government has claimed that the restructuring would help provide more sustainable employment for workers. That's yet to be seen. We had to wait till the budget to be presented to know. In a release on September 26, the union said it planned to trigger Section 24B of the Industrial Relations Act to have the court declare that CPEP Company Limited was the employer of the 11,500 dismissed workers. The union said it planned to prove that workers dismissed on June 27th were in fact employees of the company. It said the union did its research and lifted its voice on behalf of those workers because the government saw it fit to terminate 300 CPEP contractors under the pretext of an audit. The release said the company's claim that these workers were employed by 300 contractors and not by the company itself was false. The union said it could prove that CPEP was the employer and not the contractor through 5 points that they listed. I'll read you the 5 points and we'll open the phone line. It said if CPEP directs the work, supervises the work, evaluates the work, and most importantly pays the wages, then CPEP is the employer. No amount of disguise can change that legal fact. The union called on all CPEP workers to join them. Now, it added this was a fight to end the era of disguised employment once and for all. On September 14th, it was reported that the union had filed 160 trade disputes with the Ministry of Labor over the firing of over 400 unemployment relief program workers. And the BIGWU's president, Don Devenish, then said on September 13th that the union also intended to seek legal recourse by charging Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin and the ministry with an industrial relations infringement under Section 25 of the Retrenchment and Severance Benefit Act. Now, this is a very interesting turn. I am surprised that this is coming from a union and not the opposition, with all their lawyers, right? And with all the holding of hands and singing Kumbaya, you know what I mean? I am surprised that with all their legal minds, they did not see this coming, or they did not bring this point forward, and it's coming from the union and their research. I am very surprised that if this is valid, and they win this matter in the industrial court, that the government, with all their legal minds, did not see this as a reality, right? So what they're saying basically is, yes, we have 300 contractors, right, that get the contracts, and those 300 contractors have 11,500 workers for hire, right? They have 11,500 employees across the 300 contractors. However, what they're saying is that CPEP is the one that pays the wages. Now, this is very interesting, because I would imagine that CPEP pays the contractor, and I would think it was like this: CPEP pays the contractor, and then the contractor pays his workers, right? So I don't know if they're making that link between, I don't know where the link is, or does CPEP pay the workers directly? Because that don't make sense to me. Fellas, if I'm a contractor and I get a contract from CPEP, CPEP would have to pay me as the contractor, and then I pay my employees, in which case I can't see them winning that matter in the industrial court. Now, if it's the other way around, and CPEP is the one that pays the wages directly to the employees, well, that's a whole different kettle of fish there, right? I'm trying to see where they're going with this, but it depends on what the arrangement is, which I'm not too familiar with. All right? But that's something we could get your thoughts on as we open back the phone line. I won't go into the Commissioner of Police and his first 100 days. We will talk about that tomorrow, because we have a whole 2 hours to talk about that. But because I'm pressed for time kind of way, because we have to take a break in a little bit and get to eat nights, I will accommodate the calls now. You could also talk on the first topic from the first hour. You could speak on this issue here, or if you are a woman and you're pregnant and you're thinking about, whether you should take this thing is safe to take or not, the acetaminophen, well, you could comment on that as well. Morning. Hello. Morning.
Morning. Where we going on the 13th of December?
When what?
I forget by. Where we going on the 13th of December?
We're going to the Garden Sanctuary Center, Excellence.
Well, nice.
Nice,
man.
man.
I have one thing to say about this whole CPEP working thing, right? So
Yeah.
you get this. So if the CPEP contractor itself was paid $10 million, what he paid the $10 million for?
Exactly.
If he get a contract, and his contract is $10 million over, he's supposed to, so he get $10 million free then. And then CPEP pay the workers.
This is what I'm trying to understand.
That's
because
not making sense, man.
the
That
union,
don't make no sense to me.
this is what I'm saying. I am surprised that the opposition didn't pick up. Yeah, cool. No problem. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised the opposition didn't pick up on this. The government did not pick up on this. And you have a union coming out to claim this. Because, I mean, let's be real. There are lawyers on both ends. Whichever ones you want to say is better than who, it doesn't matter. Legal minds are legal minds. They will go through things with a fine-teeth comb. And I cannot understand how they did not see this, if this is a valid argument. But I can't understand it. Because the contractor must get the work from CPEP. So CPEP have to pay the contractor, and the contractor pays the worker. So I don't know what the union really calling for here. Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, I.
As a former contractor of CPEP.
Okay, you would, nice.
CPEP pays the the workers. CPEP prepares the pay slips, they send it to the contractor, so the contractor will give the workers the pay slip. CPEP deducts the NIS from the workers, and CPEP pays the NIS over to NIS. Previously, what happened, a lot of contractors, CPEP used to pay the contractors together with the NIS. The NIS was always seen about by the contractors. But the contractors and them were a lot of smart men in those days. They never paid the NIS over to the NIB. So the contractors were using the NIB money for their own benefit and not paying the workers.
Not paying
there
the
are a lot of
workers.
contractors up to today who have not paid national insurance, the national insurance to the CPEP. CPEP realized what was going on now, and CPEP took it upon their own to deduct the NIS directly from the workers and pay it over to the NIB.
Okay.
So literally, CPEP was doing all the work, and it would raise the question now, what role the contractor was paying.
No, I want to ask you something here before.
All the contractor did was supply the worker and the whatever tools of trade that the workers would. That's all the contractors was doing.
Okay, so
the contractors now owing the CPEP now are back pay because they were getting paid for not doing anything. CPEP was doing everything. CPEP ended up doing everything.
So just to be clear here, hold on, caller. Hello?
Yeah.
All right, so let me get this straight. You get a contract from CPEP, right? As a contractor. Your tender or whatever you have to do, you get the contract.
No tender. Stefan, nobody tenders a CPEP.
Nobody tenders in CPEP, all right. So
CPEP is political.
All right, so contract awarded. CPEP pays you for your tools as the contractor.
No, the contractor buys his own tools for the workers.
No, I know, but how does he, if CPEP pays the employees wages, where does the contractor fall in and what money is he collecting?
The contractor is getting a management fee. They call it a management fee.
Seriously?
They call it a management fee. Now all the contractor does is really prepare some timesheets for the workers, send it into CPEP. CPEP verifies everything. Contractor signs off. The people in CPEP signs off, and it goes to payroll. It's just a simple spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet that you could do and send it direct to CPEP.
Okay. All right, thanks.
So they have coordinators now. Who are paid something like $15,000 a month, who moves around in the various areas, just supervising, making sure they do what they're supposed to do, and that is the end of it. So CPEP is really Stefan. The workers getting the brunt of the pressure from this whole issue.
Okay.
The workers are getting minimum wage, Stefan. Minimum wage, the workers are being paid.
And the contractor getting the large quantity of money for this
management fee. The contractor gets something like, I think something like $20,000, maybe $20,000 or $30,000 a month. Could be a little more because they increase things.
And that would be a month based on however long the contract runs for?
The contractor normally, a CPEP contract runs for 3 years.
Oh, okay. So that's about $20,000 to $30,000 for 36 months?
A month. Yeah, multiply that.
Okay. All right.
CPEP is really, it was so designed in the days of PNM to come out with this brilliant idea of the workers, everybody will be supporters of the current regime. And UNC, last time UNC came into power, they expanded the program.
Okay.
In all fairness to everybody, UNC expanded the program because they realized contractors will get more contractors will get the eating of the pie. So CPEP is really Stefan. Anyhow.
All right, no problem.
That's all I have to say.
I get the idea. Cool. Well, look back and I'll know. Look what I know, find out. That making any sense? I mean, I know you know what you're talking about, but to me, that makes, that's madness. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, morning.
Well, happy that Mr. Cole and give you a very good explanation because I was going to argue the case that whoever paid the workers NIS is the employer.
Yes.
You say, well, CPEP paying the NIS because I see you were started to that CPEP paying the NIS.
Yeah.
Right? So, and you started this little segment here with the opposition brilliant lawyers because I think nobody in the opposition has spoken about the judgment put out by the courts of squashing the extradition of Jack Warner. Because I believe the judgment persists. I haven't read the judgment. I listened to the news. I haven't read it in the newspaper. But I believe one of the arguments put across by the judges squashes that they've been finding some document they can't find.
They put forward a document that nobody could find.
So with the former AG that run the country for 9 years, that was very vocal, especially on the CPEP matter. And anybody who was the AG, give or take, even the former PM. Because to prosecute somebody, we, meaning me and you and everybody calling this program, had to pay legal fees, right? To the AG office to prosecute somebody.
Right.
So much millions we pay to lawyers, legal fees to prosecute Mr. Warner.
I would imagine a pretty sum.
Eh?
I would imagine
because this hasn't come to a conclusion yet, because I believe the court set a date for judgment when it comes to financially reimbursing Mr. Warner now.
Yeah. They have to financially reimburse him, yeah. Like sometime in October.
I suspect most likely the judgment will entail paying his legal fees. For 10 years.
I would imagine that, yeah.
So I'm waiting to see that number.
All right.
Right? I'm waiting to see that number, and I'm waiting for the former AG, the pretty boy, to tell me something about this.
All right, no problem. Yeah, but
right.
Yeah, I read that they had a document there that it was they cited an agreement that when they went to search for the document, nobody could find that document. Hello, good morning, or find the agreement, or
blessings.
I'll get big to explain that. Yes, yeah. What's up, man? Blessings, man. Go ahead.
Well, Your Honor, that man who called it, that former contractor, he opened a good can of worms, you know. No, I don't know if it ever have good can of worms, but we Trini, so we go say that is a good can of worm, brother.
Yeah. I never knew that. Did you know that is how CPEP does run?
No.
I never know that.
All I know up to, brother, to be accurate, is that they created the debit card system that people's salaries was going to the banks, so that kind of eliminate the kind of liquid cash.
Right.
So it was a facade of eliminating the possibility of corruption. But now we see that didn't stop. But what I'm really wondering about it is where the records now, or how they was tracking people daily workload or what they was doing, because they say that people driving around and assessing the certain locations where teams working.
Yeah.
But if that was reality, then these people and them who had the responsibility for that have to be held accountable for the ghosts and no step on.
No, I agree.
Because if the sheets and them were being populated daily for jobs being done, then I suppose we will to say, hey, where's Stefan Reese? Is Stefan Reese signing already for the morning? I ain't seen Stefan Reese here. What going on here?
Okay.
And you
Understood.
see that, brother? That is part of the free money syndrome. Remember, I was telling us always identify the white elephants. That is the free money syndrome that has been plaguing our nation for the past few decades, while our efficiency and productivity is nil and non-existent.
All right, my brother. Thanks a lot.
Bottom.
Yeah, man.
People collecting free money, blessings.
All right, cool. Yeah. That arrangement here, that I shock. When I say I shock, I only shock because I never knew. I never knew that is how the CPEP arrangement works. I really never knew that. Hello, good morning. Hey, what going on?
Yeah, when the contract is issued, the contractor is responsible for providing the names who in their employ and also the worksheets. The people who go around to check the area and the job that is done and to see if there is the number of workers working. Also for the deduction and to ensure that people get their salary, it had to go to CPEP to make sure that there were no discrepancies, and also the deduction that was taken out for NIS to go to NIS. There was no union deductions taken out. So I don't know how the union is involved in this. But whatever it is, we will see where it goes. But at the end of the day, that was the particular arrangement to ensure that workers were not disenfranchised. And the NIS money also was paid properly. But there was no union deduction. So we go wait and see.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Because their union would be... Who CPEP union is? In true. I don't think it's this union. This is, hold on, I'm going to take this call here while I look for it. This is the Banking, Insurance and General Workers Union. This is the union that CPEP falls under. I'm trying to figure it out. Morning. I'm confused.
Good morning.
Yeah.
We always knew that the contractors are the ones that make the money with CPEP, not the workers. They get minimum wage or whatever they get. If you all want to know more on CPEP, give Krokro a call, have him on your program.
Oh, Lord.
If you want to know more. He would know. Okay, the other thing is with the NIS. I don't understand how you had somebody call this program some time ago and say that they worked with NIB and time for them to get pension and the monies wasn't paid. So what you're telling me
problems.
Is you wasn't checking on your contributions? Why people waiting until they retire and they're not getting the pension and then they're saying, oh, they didn't get it and the employer wasn't paying it? Just like you have a bank account. If you put 5 cents in the bank, you wouldn't go and check to make sure your 5 cents there?
No, yeah, I don't think it was something like that, I think it was they said they couldn't find some document.
Right, but what I am saying is, you wasn't checking on your business all the time. You have to check. You have to check. That is what this government is doing now. They are checking into things.
Okay.
You have to check your business. Okay, I go on.
All right, no problem. I'll take this final call here, and then we off and run into the break, and we get to eat nights. Hello, morning. Morning. All right, he run. All right, I'll take this last one here. Yeah, morning.
Stefan.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You see that shirt that must be scrapped, because if you understand what this man say, that is total corruption, and it has to be scrapped. That is my take on it.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so I'll tell you what. All right, I'll take this last one. Hello, morning. That one was short, so I'll take this last one. Morning.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man. What going on?
How come it have a union now to stand up for the contractors? What about the workers who were underpaid for all these years? And they work harder than the contractors. So better we provide what can get contractors.
Well, that was something like, because I mean, I am saying I don't hold up on the calls. We're seeing one set of people calling in there, no, but that's all the time we have for calls. We got nights coming up. I am saying very simply, you can't tell me that the man who's sweating in the hot sun, the man and the woman that's sweating in the hot sun, doing all the hard work in CPEP, that getting minimum wage, right, are employed by a man called the contractor, who come in there as a supervise and manage the work, and making a whopping $20,000 to $30,000 a month for 3 years? Hold on. Yes, no. Well, I now see why it has so much bacchanal in this thing. Hold on. About 25,000 a month by 12 by 3. That is 900,000 over at $25,000 a month. That is $900,000 over a 3-year period. I repeat that. That is $900,000 over a 3-year period. And if you work out, where's the minimum wage right now, fellas? I can't remember what it is to now. It was $20. Look, I go work it at $25. Let me work it at $25. Let me say $25. That is 25. No, wait, hold on. That will be an hour. How much a CPAP worker does get, boy? Even if they get $150 a day, right? By, what's that? They wouldn't work 365 days in a year. So, oh God, but it's hard to calculate that. But even if I work it at that by 365, and they wouldn't work, it's 2050 by 365 days a year, by 3. Nah, man, that can't be right. No, it's an hour, right? It's an hour. Then again, I know how much hours they're working. No, I was working at the right the first time. Let me say 150. They get a day. Let me say that the daily pay. By 365. By 3. Right? Over a 3-year period, a CPAP worker could make about $164,250 over a 3-year period. While the man that's supervising them making $900,000. And mind you, cost of living, groceries, all the bills and things that they have to pay, working for their little pittance a day, they ain't seen now $164,000. You know what I mean? No, there are no savings. Let me put it that way. Look, I'm running out of time. Let me move on. Oh, don't forget, Chef Shiraz. I'm a chef now. Chef has the courses running from October to November. October the 4th is the food costing, restaurant and catering workshop. On the 15th of November, he has his certificate in culinary arts, and the diploma in culinary arts will take place on a date to be announced. You can call Chef right now and get on board for October the 4th. Ramsing Plaza, Chagonas is the place. The number to call is 372-4639 or 737-5097. Make sure and give him a call today and get in with Chef Shiraz, man, and the culinary arts. We take the break. When we come back from that break, we're going to have Eid Nights with us. Stay tuned.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Get a chance to win all-inclusive finals home lines when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB. Terms and conditions apply.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com. Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street at Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we sort that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, people, so we are back, and we're just about 16 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. For the next 15, we're going to be joined by Eden Heights, and this morning we're talking about blood. All right? So, if you're a vampire, well, you're going to miss this segment because you're supposed to be sleeping right now. So, fellas, what's going on? Vampire don't come out in the daylight. So, all right, so I tell you what, we got Dr. Navarro, Dr. Thompson with us. Dr. Navarro is going to kick things off. Blood. What do we need to know about blood?
Well, I'll allow Thompson this time. I usually lead off, but I'll let him start the topic, seeing that he's the one that chose it, and then I will close off, you know?
All right, no problem. Well, Thompson, Dr. Thompson, over to you.
Yes. All right. Well, morning to everyone. Well, of course, we had a good weekend. I hope that everyone had a good weekend. Well, of course, this morning we're talking about blood. Well, the first thing that, when you talk about blood, of course, it's a fluid that everybody needs. Without blood, we would all die. All right? That's why you will actually see persons who, for example, who suffer with kidney issue. Their blood count tend to drop really, really low. All right? Persons, of course, who have bleeding disorders, they will also have that particular issue as well. So without blood, you won't be able to transport things like oxygen and nutrients, of course, basically to carry things like your proteins to the system. So it's a very vital component within the human body. Of course, it's made up of different things. So you're talking about things like plasma, right, which is like the liquid part of the blood. Then you're also looking at basically 45% of that component is basically red blood cells. You're also looking at basically, let's say 7 to 8%. That would be things like, like your white blood cells that will actually come. So in other words, the bigger part of the blood is basically your plasma, which will contain things like your hormones, your proteins, even the red blood cells. All of that will be passing through. So that's liquid blood. Now that also of course need water to function properly as well. So hydration is a really key factor in having actually good blood, and of course eating the foods that will also build the blood. Right now, just want to share this, and then we'll get into the importance of actually testing the blood itself. Okay, for persons to actually produce blood, of course you have what we call erythropoietin. That's a hormone that's actually found in the kidney. That is basically what goes to the bone marrow. In the bone marrow, you have immature red blood cells. So those immature red blood cells, they need the hormone erythropoietin, and that basically stimulates the bone marrow immature cells, and then, of course, that transfers to mature, healthy, biconcave red blood cells. All right, biconcave, of course, it looks like a little bone, all right, but a very shallow bone. Picture that way. So that is basically blood. All right. Without it, you won't be able to get rid of toxic waste that comes from the body. So whatever you break down, that's actually within, let's say, the foods that you're eating, from the environment itself. The blood is actually very vital to carry toxic waste either to the, let's say, to the kidneys or to the liver, to get rid of these toxic waste. Of course, most importantly, kidney. Most persons who do like lymphatic cleansing, I always tell them to be careful, because if you don't have a good functioning kidney, then when you do your lymphatic cleanse, or you're cleansing basically the lymphatic system itself, all of the toxic waste that's supposed to go into the kidney to get out, it will be basically back into the blood because the kidney is not functioning properly. So you have to have a good functioning kidney to also have healthy functioning blood. And without the kidney, you won't be able to actually produce blood properly. So all those patients actually who suffer with chronic kidney issues, generally they suffer with a low blood count. Of course, there's many other cases that you'll see with low blood count as well. All right. So testing of blood is actually very, very important. That's why we actually do it. We do it basically to check to see how a person is actually doing in the first place. Now, really and truly, when you look at history of testing of blood, they would have actually been testing persons who are sick, and of course we come up with values of how to remain healthy. All right, so you're testing basically your white blood cell level, your red blood cell level. You're basically checking basically things like proteins that's actually affecting either the liver, the kidneys, or your lymphatic system. You're also basically looking at the toxic waste that they come in. All of those things we're actually testing when we're actually testing blood itself. So it's very important to actually test blood in the first place. A lot of persons generally will just do scans and they think that's enough, but that's actually not enough. It's very important to test your blood to see what's in the blood. Once you see what's in the blood, you'll be able to actually help that person either to put them on a proper program or basically to do, to keep that vital system going, the human body itself. So you'll see persons going in annually to do either lipid testing, which is cholesterol testing. They will basically be doing things like complete blood count. Of course, those are many of the different tests that we do at the clinic here. And one of the vital tests that we generally run for persons so that a person can actually see for themselves what is going on is what you call a live blood cell analysis. So actually checking the cells themselves, or basically looking at the analysis that you can actually see for yourself. We can actually explain it to you. When we do normal blood testing, where we'll actually pull from the veins itself, most persons don't get to see that blood, to see actually what we're looking at in particular.
Right.
But when they do a live blood analysis, they get to see. So it's, for the first time, of course, it's fascinating to a person. And, they are seeing their blood cells moving. Once it's separated, of course, they are basically transporting their nutrients and their oxygen. It's something that we look at carefully so that we'll be able to actually put a person on a proper program itself to get them to receive better health. Of course, you could check the sugar within the blood. You could basically check even the circulation, how the cells are circulating throughout the body. Are they basically getting rid of toxic waste properly? Are they feeding oxygen to your tissues, which oxygen is a vital component as well? Of course, these red blood cells are very important, and there are other things, of course, that we'll also be looking at. So, we can bring in Dr. Navarro now.
All right.
He could share some more information on the testing of blood.
You take 7 minutes exact, boy. You're timing yourself these days, boy.
Yeah, man.
All right, so Dr. Navarro is going to come in here.
Right.
Maybe I can find out from Dr. Navarro, as we're talking about blood, how does it, so when we say high blood pressure or low blood pressure, what does that mean? When seeing that blood is the topic here.
Well, you have the systolic, which is the top figure, and you have the diastolic. Now, when the heart pumps, right?
Yeah.
The arteries expand, and that pressure of the expansion of the arteries is called the systolic. When the artery contracts, that's the resting pressure. That's the diastolic.
Okay.
So, right. So when the pressure is high, it means the pressure in the artery when the heart is pumping. Of course, the normal blood pressure is 120/80. All right. Anything once it goes like 140, depends on the age too, the age of the patient, because as you age, the blood pressure goes up. Once the blood pressure goes up too high, it indicates on the machine. For instance, if it goes like 150, 160, the bottom figure is over 90.
Mm-hmm.
That is indicating that there's something going on there with the blood flow.
Okay.
Right? So that's basically. When it's too low, it goes below 80 over, I think 60 or 64. That or below that, that's low blood pressure.
Which one is
and
worse?
Actually, that's actually more dangerous than high blood pressure.
I've heard that for many years. I just wanted confirmation. Yeah.
you could go into heart failure. Now, I wanted to say something about the blood, like our blood analysis. Besides picking up all the different issues, right? One of the things that people tend to do is, of course, when you go into a diet plan, our diet plan, it's like a fast because you're removing all the foods from the patient that normally create inflammation and pain and issues.
Yeah.
And some people, they stop in the middle of the process. Now, at that time, remember something, the body is starting, once you go into a fast, the body starts to dump all the toxins. And then, think about this, it's dumping all the toxins, and then you stop the program, and all the toxins are there. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that can create a problem. So that's why I tell people, if you're going to do a program, do it properly. Don't start a program and just stop in the middle of it, because you could end up with more issues because of the amount of toxins that are dumped into the bloodstream.
All right.
Also, there's something called healing crisis. Now, healing crisis is normal. We have in our booklet healing crisis because when the body is cleansing, there are issues that will happen. Blood pressure will go up or drop. You might get bumps, skin irritation, low-grade fever, and there are several symptoms that you will experience when you're cleansing.
Okay.
It's a cleansing. We don't stop that. Now, for instance, you have the cold, you will take a multi-symptom. Just because you want to avoid the fever, you don't want to be coughing, and all these different things. So the immune system doesn't get an opportunity to actually heal the problem, right? A lot of people are walking around with poor immune systems as a result of using medications, whereas we do it a little different. We allow the blood to naturally cleanse itself, and that is important. Like for instance, if you decide to fast, another thing too, when people fast, drinking water is very important for the blood. Now, what water will do to the blood? If you don't drink much water, the blood is usually very thick. We've had problems if you start an IV, the IV will stop all of a sudden. So, two things you could do: you could drink water, or we put them into the machine called the Soaky bed that will improve the circulation. It uses thermal heat, so the blood starts to flow.
All right.
And that's important. That's very important, especially when you're doing intravenous work. You have to make sure that the blood is flowing, because remember something, the blood is what is carrying all the nutrients to the different areas. For instance, in neuropathy, blood flow to the feet, oxygen and nutrients to the nerves at the feet. That's why the areas of the foot will turn dark, because the blood is not reaching the nerves, and it start to get tingling, and it start to get numbness. All right, and those are issues that people with diabetes, and then after a while, if the nerve continues to be neglected and the blood flow is not connected to the nerves and the feet, pain. They complain about pain, and the pain is terrible when it reaches that point. You don't want to reach it. When you don't want to reach that point anyway. But that's how people talk about it. They can't lie. They can't. From the time they lie down in the bed at night, they cannot sleep because of poor blood flow. Now, all this we pick up in our live blood microscopy.
Right.
There are three types of circulation issues. Okay. One is rouleau, all right, which is common. That's because of digestive and stress issues. The other one is erythrocyte aggregation, which is wrong fats and oil. And then the other one, which is the worst, which can lead to strokes and heart attack, is thrombocyte. Thrombosis means like clotting. And we look for that in the blood, and we actually can actually see that. We can actually pick up too if there's plaque. When you see plaque in the blood, it means that you are eating damaging foods that's damaging the arterial vessels, and the body naturally produces plaque, because what plaque does, it goes and it coats the lining, the endothelial lining of the arteries to protect the lining vessel from bursting. All right?
Okay.
So, but it is not supposed to be a permanent thing. But because people continue to eat the wrong foods, you continue to build up plaque, and we see it in the blood. It looks like big blocks of ice, bright color, and it shows up all in the bloodstream. And all these are issues, of course, with the blood.
Right.
And we pick up many other issues, including digestive, immune system. Again, neutrophils. Neutrophils are first line of defense. When we look at the blood, we can tell if somebody's immune system is compromised.
Okay.
Because the gut flora usually is low, weak, and then the neutrophils are usually compromised. I don't know much what time I have, but
well, we actually out of time. We're in the last minute here. Before we close off, I just wanted to find out one thing, right? You have, is it 4 blood types? A, B, AB, and O?
Yeah.
What's the difference, real quick, as we're talking about blood? Is there any significant difference in any blood type? You know, like when people say you have a rare blood type and things like that, you hear people talking things like that
like
sometimes.
O negative, like mine. I have a O negative.
You O negative, and that's rare.
Yeah, well, not rare, but it's not not common.
So what's the difference between A, B, AB, O? I mean, in blood.
What?
Fellas, anybody? Thompson?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, Dr. Navarro, go ahead. I had one more thing to add, but I won't add that today.
Okay. No, but no, what I was asking is, what is the difference? What is the difference between having A blood, A type blood, B type blood, AB, or O? Like, what's the difference in the different types of blood?
Difference because you can't give you can't give a blood B blood O. Okay?
Okay.
Because they will have a reaction. So that's why testing is important. To know what is your blood type. In a case of if you notice those drivers who are driving the cars, you notice on the side of the vehicle they have their blood type. In case they get in an accident and they're unconscious, their blood type is on the side of the vehicle. So
when you open the door, when you open the door, you'll stick right there as active your blood type here.
Yeah.
So that's so they know. Well, okay, all right.
You can't give.
Well, all right. Yeah. Well, fellas, thanks a lot. Next week, as usual.
I guess
what's that?
The genetic makeup of the blood.
Genetics and basically compatibility. For example, some person might need a kidney. Basically, I have that person type of blood type to basically get that kidney from them. Otherwise, your immune system will basically attack that transplant that they actually get it. So it has to do more with compatibility.
Compatibility, of course. Yeah.
When it comes to that.
I was just wondering, how come, how everybody had the same blood now, everybody have a different blood type, How come it have 4 different types of blood types then? But nevertheless.
That's why you have genetic weaknesses. When the people say that when you have A blood type, a lot of you suffer from heart conditions. They say that they're more susceptible to these kind of conditions, like certain diseases.
All right.
A types and they say that there's another stream of thought where they talk about eat according to your blood type, but that's for another day.
All right.
There's a book that talks about that. Eat according to your blood type, but.
All right, no problem. Well, fellas, well, thanks a lot, and next week we'll do it again.
All right.
All right, nice. I feel I need to eat according to my blood type. All right, no problem. All right, so people, we got to take the final break. When we come back, we got some birthdays for you. We actually have 8 of them. Stay tuned.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20, Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27, and Tobago. Saturday, October 4. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody sing it. Come on.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, We can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, people. And as we return, we got some birthdays. So we want to say good morning and happy 4th birthday going out to Annabella. Wishing her many more and all God's blessings from her 2 sisters, brother, mother, father, and all of her aunties and uncles and cousins. And of course, her grandmother. And they want you to know they love you very, very much. And she's a little hot mouth. Nah, man. Nah. She's a little hot mouth? She looking, sir? Only fine, sir? All right. I find you child looking innocent, like she's very quiet. Happy birthday, Javad. With love from mom and dad, Rudy and Sharifa. And may Allah's mercy and blessings be with you today and always. That is Javad. Or Javad. We would also, this is a debt announcement. All right, this is a debt announcement. To another change. The family of Regis Mentor, an avid viewer of Breaking Dawn, has passed away, and his funeral will actually be tomorrow, the 30th of September at 1 p.m. All right, now they didn't put where, but the funeral will take place at 1 p.m., September the 30th, Regis Mentor. And of course, I want to take this opportunity to send out condolences to his family, his loved ones, on his passing. And of course, I had to thank him for his viewership, watching the program and that kind of thing. There are a lot of people that watch this program with dedication, it's like clockwork. And, we got to thank them for that, but condolences going out to the family. And may he rest in peace, man. And good morning, Stefan. Sending birthday greetings to my beautiful daughter, Shanna. She is 35 years old. Wishing her many more to come from mom and dad, her 2 beautiful kids, Lydell and Zayla, and uncles and cousins. We are all so proud of all of her accomplishments. Keep up the great work. Much love from your family in Atlanta, Georgia, and Washington, D.C. All right. Happy birthday again. Going out to Shana. Happy birthday going out to Amanda John. Hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. May the good Lord continue to pour out his richest blessings upon you. From your mom, Tara, your brother and 2 sisters, your children, Amelia and Beatrice, and the rest of the family. All right? And we're going again. Ardent viewer of the program here. We want to wish Ryan Chaitram a very happy 20th birthday today, the 29th of September. And of course, your family says they love you to the moon and back. And they wish you many, many more birthdays to come. This is from your mother, your father, Suzanne and Dave. All right? Nice, man. Easy. Going again, we'd like to send a birthday greeting to Anne-Marie Raj, celebrating her birthday actually tomorrow. She'll celebrate her birthday tomorrow, the 30th of September. She's from Faizabad, and of course, this is coming from her husband, Randy, and children Rebecca and Andre. All right? So birthday is tomorrow, but she get it today because she sent it early. And finally, we would like to say happy belated third birthday to Roxana Ramkesoon from her entire family. They want you to know that they love you very, very much. So Roxana, happy birthday. All right. All right. So that's it. Yeah, man. All right, people. So we wrap it up. We put it away until tomorrow. Do enjoy the rest of your day. And we will be back to do this all over again tomorrow. We'll get your thoughts on the Commissioner of Police's first 100 days. There were mixed reports, although the stakeholders backed him. One, well, the criminologist, Figuera, he did have some issues, and we had mixed views from the population. So we'll get your thoughts on that tomorrow, as well as whatever else pops up. Remember, tomorrow, we have no segments. It's a full 2-hour breaking down. So until then, have a great day. We out.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.